Yeah, you know, just put it here for a second. Okay, I'm gonna put this one down too. This one's not yours. Okay, yours not yours. Sorry. No, you're okay. It's all good. Yeah, I'm good. My I was doing good. Okay. Brian, what's going on? Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah. You were driving fast. Cherry red, that's the road that you left. No remorse, no regret. I forgive every word you said. Ooh, I didn't want to leave, I didn't want to fight. Started to fight, but then remembered I found myself flowers. Write my name in sand. Stuck myself for hours. Yeah, things you don't understand. I can take myself back. Yeah, I can hold my own head. Yeah, I can love you better. Hey, Roger.
You're good.
Am I right here?
Yeah, right in the option, so I got you.
Oh, I always like the option. Yes.
Option is.
I'm a fan of options.
I didn't want to leave, I didn't want to fight. Started to cry, but then remembered I found us some flowers. Write my name in the sand. Talking myself for hours. Yeah, they think you don't understand. Yes, I can take myself dancing. And I can hold my own head. Yeah, I can love you better.
Don't you know, talking about a revolution sound. Don't you know, talking about a revolution sound.
And she took like these two kinds of silly putty. One was the catalyst, the other one was actual material. And then she kneaded them together and made a mold with the palm of my hand. So this area gets covered, and then I put saccharine.
The heck?
And it's supposed to soften the scar tissue. Oh, isn't that amazing? She comes up with all sorts of things.
All right, everybody, it's 12 o'clock. Let's get started. My name is Crista, and I'm subbing for Miranda today. I believe she'll be back next week.
And we're glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I have prepared a flow for us. It's very leggy, so we're going to be in our legs quite a bit today. There's going to be lots of downward facing dogs and plenty of options for push-ups. But know that you don't have to take the push-up, and you can also be in a child's pose at any time, but there'll always be this opportunity to be engaging with the vinyasa style of practice today. I do have a couple of announcements. We have a posture lab starting tomorrow, actually. So there's going to be a posture lab from 4 to 6 here. It's going to be hips. So if you want to come and get a little hippie with us tomorrow afternoon from 4 to 6 with our teacher trainees here. And then we have a new class, Freaking Not Flexible, starting this week. It started with Ashley. So that's on Wednesdays at 4:15. And we have a free wall workshop coming up on the 18th of April. So if you want to come back for that too, to explore a little bit about what the ropes are, how the ropes can be supportive for your practice. And then we have yoga at Carrie's on May 2nd, potluck, dinner, bonfire, a chance to connect with community. So that's all coming up this month. And today, I want to start actually from standing. So let's start at the top of our mats. We'll make our way to a standing shape. And we're going to start by feeling into our feet today. So starting to notice, first of all, where you land as you come in. And notice between your right foot and your left foot, where is most of your weight today? You might close your eyes, or you might find a focal point for you to notice. And perhaps an invitation is to move from right to left. Just to notice, here's my right foot, and here's my left foot. A little orientation. And then starting to find from the right foot, center, and then from the left foot, center. Starting to make those shifts a little bit smaller. Right foot to the middle, and left foot to the middle. Nice. Beginning to feel into the insides and the outsides of your feet. So maybe you turn the toes inward and notice what it's like to be on the inner heel and the ball mound of the big toe, and then turn the feet outward and notice what it's like to be on the outside of your feet. Inside and outside. And perhaps once more you begin to go to the outside and find center, and then to the inside and find center. Today's perspective is going to bring us back to center throughout our shapes, throughout our forms. And so this is just a little orientation to come into the center of your feet. You might soften your knees just a little bit, and then front and back. Notice what it's like to be on the tippy toes and on the heels. And again, you can shift tippy toes and heels, front and back. Perhaps you shift to the tippy toes and find center, and then shift back to the heels and find center. So that consistently throughout your practice, you're finding the arches and finding your center today. Notice if you can find a sense of stillness Noticing how stillness actually has a little bit of movement. The breath expands the pelvis, expands the feet as you inhale, and then brings you into center as you exhale. An even more subtle way of finding the middle. And let's add arm movements to this. So as we inhale, let's take the arms overhead, connecting the hands, exhaling, coming in through center. Good. Turning the hands down, reaching, and then opening again. Inhaling, reaching the arms overhead. Maybe your gaze follows. Exhaling, coming back into center, and release the hands. Let's do a few of these. Perhaps you want to coordinate the movement of your breath with your movement of the arms. Inhaling, the arms reach. Exhaling, coming in through center. Good. Maybe 3 more of these. Inhaling, starting to wake up the side body, but feeling yourself firmly rooted through those feet. And maybe we do 2 more here. Inhaling for 2. And perhaps we do our last one. Bringing the hands to the heart and taking a moment at the heart space, dropping the chin down. Breathing into the heart. Feel the shoulders expand. Feel the sitting bones expand. Exhaling, soften the chest. Come into center. Maybe the belly button comes in. Good. Awareness at your heart center. Allow yourself to set your intention for your practice, for your day. May we all be protected today. May we all be nourished. Let us work together with great effort to achieve our desired results, and let there be no disagreement amongst us. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Hi. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to class, everybody. Release those hands. Let's add a little leg movement. Inhaling, arms up, and then we'll bend into those knees. Good. Feeling the buoyancy of your legs. Find a little bounce here. Inhaling, back up. Good, and arms release. Inhaling, arms overhead. Exhale, sit. Nice. Feel the front, the back, insides, outsides. Find the center of your feet, maybe a little buoyancy, and up. Good, arms out. And again, inhaling, arms up. Exhale, sit your way back. Good. Now we're going to stay here and imagine we're in our chair right now. Now reach forward. Imagine you're going to grab a steering wheel, but look down at the floor. Straighten those legs. Lift the sitting bones. Inhale. And then sit again. Find your chair. And up we go. Nice. Hands to the heart. Release again. Arms overhead. Sit. And straighten the legs. Reach forward. Look down. Good. Lengthen through the back of the neck. And sit again. Find your chair. And up we go. Starting to wake up those legs. Hands come in through the center. This last one, let's fold it. Inhaling, arms overhead. Good. Exhaling, sit. Inhale, reach forward. Find your way to reach, 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 and then fold. All the way down. Maybe you give your head a little no and a little yes. Good. Inhaling, look forward. Hands to shins. And sit. Arms overhead. Find your way to your chair pose once more. Can we get in here a little bit deeper? Can we still find the center of our feet? A little buoyancy to come up. And hands release. Let's do one more of those. Release, arms overhead. And exhale, sit. Find your way to your chair. Good. Straighten the legs, reach forward. Look down, don't strain your neck. And fold. Good. Let's find our feet down in our fold here. Hands can release, head can release. Giving it all to the earth. Good. Walk yourself over to the right side of your right foot. Reaching out to the right. Pull that left hip back. Reach the hands forward as much as you can. Length through those arms. Relax your neck. And come back through center. Walk yourself over to the left. Take yourself all the way over to the left. Pull back on your right hip. That's it. Keep reaching through those hands. And center. Good. Inhaling to our flat back. Look forward. Let's get into that chair one more time. Sit. Arms up. Nice. Starting to come into those chairs. Find your buoyancy. Waking up the legs. Where's your feet? And up. Hands release. Notice how you're feeling. We're going to start moving into downward facing dogs and lunges. So we've woken up the legs a little bit. Let's keep going. Release the hands, arms up. Chair. Soften the shoulders down. Let the tailbone drop. That's your root. Good. Reach forward. Lengthen yourself. And fold. Inhale, look forward. Stepping back through your right leg. Nice. Opening up your heart. And then step back left leg. Find your plank. Good. Finding our first push-up here today. You can always lower the knees or take yourself all the way down. Inhaling. Opening up into our back bend. Exhale, lower. Push yourself back. Downward facing dog. Good. Look in between the hands. Step forward with your left foot. Left foot steps up, heart opens. Keep lifting that right leg. Good. So we have blocks specifically for these lunges. At any point, you can have hands on blocks. Good. Let's step our way up. Bring your way up to the top of the mat. Inhale. Look forward. Exhale, fold. And all the way around. Bring it up. Hands to your heart. Release. Here we go again. Inhale. Arms up. Sit. Find that chair. Good. Relax the shoulders. Are you in those feet? Can you feel your feet or just your hips? Reach forward. And fold. Lengthen. Good. Let's step back the left leg this time. Left leg goes back. Open up your heart. Let yourself shine your heart through. Lift through the left leg. Let's go back. Planks. Good. You can always lower the knees to find your push-up. Bringing yourself down. Inhaling. Back bend of choice. Take it down. And back. Downward facing dog. Good. Take 2 breaths here. Breathing in. Maybe just 1 more breath. Looking forward, right leg steps up. Open your heart. Good. Let's step up one last time today. Bring that left foot up. Flat back. Fold. Let's find the chair. Sit. Arms. Nice. Really get into it. Relax the shoulders and up. Release. All right, let's take it down. Arms and fold. Look forward. Let's go back, all the way back. Step back right leg, step back left leg. Push up. You can do a couple of push-ups if you want before you come down. And find your back bend. Lifting your way up and lower. Take it back, downward dog. Okay, here come our lunges. Right leg forward. Left knee down. Releasing that left knee to the ground. Good. Find the right foot firmly planted. You could walk it back a little to get into your ankle. Inhaling, arms up. Relax, sit into it. Good. Notice all the pieces moving up. Reach your way and release. Step back, downward dog. You can stay in downward dog or find your push-up. Bringing it through once more. Through your vinyasa. Back to downward facing dog. Left leg steps up. Bring the left leg through. Get that left foot planted. This is your ground. Nice. Arms. Reach. Good. Relax the shoulders. Find your belly lifting you up. The strength of your legs. And release. Once more. Downward dog. Going back. Downward dog or to your plank. Lowering down. Find your push-up. And coming back, downward dog. Taking a breath in our downward facing dog. Right leg steps up again. Bring your right leg through. Release that left knee down. Inhaling, arms up. Good. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale up. And twist. One more. Inhale up. Twist. You can choose to stay here. You can come forward with it and fight for the twist. Get into the rotation. You can do left hand over to your right thigh. There's options for you to turn. Good. And one more breath. Come back. Up. Release. Take it back. Downward dog. Push up of your choice or staying in downward dog. Nice. Taking 2 breaths here, maybe. Second side, left foot steps up. Right knee releases. Here we go. Up. And turn. Good. Up. Exhale, turn. Combine the movement of your breath. Inhale up. This is the last one. Turn. And now you can explore. There's lots of choices. You can do hand to the knee, elbow. Woo. Find those legs. It's the rib cage that turns. 2 more breaths maybe. And 1 more breath. Wait for your exhale to come back. And arms. Take it down. Downward dog. Notice your downward dog is getting better every time. Push up of choice. Back bend of choice. Nice. 2 breaths. Maybe breathing in for 2. Maybe breathing in for 1. Right leg steps up. Good. Release that left knee down again. Awesome. Let's come up one more time. And then press our way up. Good. Straightening that right leg. Hands can come to your blocks. A little runner's lunge to start warming up the hamstring. One option is that you hold. The other option is that you move between these. That you find that back of the right leg, front of the left leg. 3 more breaths. Maybe breathing in for 3. Maybe 2. And just 1 more breath. Let's all go to a straight leg. Find that right leg straight. We're going to do a little cat-cow here. Inhale, extension. Exhale, flexion. Inhale, extension. And flexion. One more, flex. And extend, or flex. Good. Inhale, extend your spine. Bend into your knee and flex. Inhale, straighten and extend. Exhale, bend and flex. Just one more. Finding the opening and then close it down. Good. Extend one last time. Notice where you're at in here. And let's take it back. Downward dog. Notice how your right leg's a little different than your left. Push up if you like. Nice. Good job, everybody. We have a second side. When you're ready, maybe another breath. And left leg steps up. Find those feet, arms up. And we'll straighten. Fold. And again, you might just like to find this hamstring, or you could start the hip flexion already. That hamstring extension. Good. We're going to go into a straight leg, everybody. Take your time, maybe 2 more breaths. Nice explorations, everyone. Let's go ahead and straighten the leg. And let's do our cat-cows. Ready? Inhale and exhale. This is all so we can begin to move it. It's called nerve flossing. Good. All right. A little extension. And as you bend, flex. Inhale. Find your extension. Open the heart. Straighten the leg. Bend the knee and close. Maybe 2 more. 1. And perhaps our last one. Good. Maybe just a couple breaths here. Find the straight leg. Get into that hamstring. It's the whole back of the leg to the whole back. All right, let's take it back. Bend the knee. Downward facing dog. Notice your left hamstring has some length on it now too. Perhaps you find a push-up. Nice. Strong, everybody. Okay, here we go. Right leg steps up. We're going to keep that left knee up this time. Left heel drops. All right, we're going to find a rotation first. So maybe your block comes inside of your right leg. Good. Make a connection with your right elbow and your right knee. The hand can also be on the floor. Left hand to your hip, start turning. Good. Finding the length of your spine. Left arm can come all the way over by your left ear. Get into those legs. Find your feet. Okay, we're going to come up. Really find the legs. Inhale and up. Warrior 2. There we go. Now, little choice here. We can go back, maybe straighten the leg, and find Warrior 2 again. You can move between these 2 shapes. You can also hold the shape. That's an option. Good. Nice. One more. And then let's take it forward. All the way forward and back to our warrior. Again, you can choose to move between these 2 shapes, or you could hold one. You could decide that you want to find that extended or that warrior. Good. Just one more. Okay, let's move between the 2. All the way back. Ah, there you go. Again, you could choose to hold one, or you could move between them. Maybe 3. Perhaps 2. And maybe just one more. This is it. But we got to cartwheel our way down. Find your way back down. Plant the hands. Step back. Plank. Or plank with the right leg lifted. Good. Find your push-up. Right leg lift. Release. Up. And downward dog. You could choose to do a child's pose or take a couple of breaths. Here comes our second side. Left leg steps through. Right heel drops down. Let's go inside of that left leg first to find our extended side angle. Right hand to your pelvis as you start pushing. Left knee into your left arm. Turn, turn, turn. In your own time, that right arm can come all the way around. Find the strength of your legs. A little shaking is good. If there's any cramps, get space. Breathe. That was great. And ready, up we go. Use your legs, use your breath. Warrior 2. You might like to adjust, right? This is partly why the movement can be helpful, because you can feel the strength of your legs. Feeling free to shift or to hold. One option is just feeling the shape. Maybe 2 more breaths. Here we go. Maybe breathing in for 1. And maybe breathing in for 2. Let's take it forward. All the way over. You could choose to have hand on the floor and then back. Good. Maybe just 5 of these. Good. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Take it all the way back. Bring it all the way forward. Moving between these shapes or holding. Those are options. How's your energy? Do you want to stabilize and ground? Do you want to move the fire? 3. Maybe 2 more. And perhaps we take the last one. Good. And find your way all the way forward. Step back, plank, or plank with the left leg lifted. Rock forward and find your push-up. Bringing your way into your back bend, lower, and downward facing dog or child's pose. Let's take maybe 3 breaths here. Maybe breathing in for 3. Maybe 2. And perhaps 1 more breath. Right leg steps up in your own time. Bring that right leg through. We're going to stay high. Keep that left heel high. Good. Here we go. Inhaling, arms up. Finding your balance. Let's water wheel over to the right. And we're going to come back through center. Up. Steadying those legs and water wheel. Nice. And one more time. Up. And water wheel. Now you might like to get into your twist. You could lower that left knee down to come back into it, or keep it lifted. You might like to exalt the arms. Maybe 3, perhaps 2, and maybe 1 more breath. Coming back up. Good. Release. All right, let's stay on this right leg for a moment. Plant the hands. If you want blocks, make them flat, not tall. We're going to lift that left leg up. Finding the strength of the right leg. Good. Maybe your hands go to your right ankle. Maybe they lift behind you. Finding your balance. Standing split or toppling tree variation. Maybe 2 more breaths. Maybe 1 more breath. Release your left leg back. Okay. Plant the hands. Let's lift the right knee into the right elbow. Good. Take it back. Again, right knee to right elbow. Maybe a little balance as you come through. Take it back. Last one. Chance for exploration here. Take it back. And release that right leg down. Downward dog. Or move through your push-up. Good. Ready for the second side? Left leg steps up, inside. Good. All right, we're starting with a high lunge. Keep that right heel high. Find the legs. Nice. Sitting into it. Let the hips be your root and the spine be your trunk. Turn, water wheel. Keep bending into that left knee. Up. Coordinating movement. Good. 1 more to hold it. Take it over. Perhaps you get into it. Maybe you find elbow to thigh. Maybe you just use your hand to help you turn. Maybe 2 more breaths. Maybe 1 more breath. And let's bring it back. Good. We're going to stay on that left leg for a little bit. Balancing on the left leg, right leg up. Hands can go on blocks. Good. There's a little exploration with that, how much that right leg lifts too. You can also lower and lift so you know, oh, this is how much my hip can do. Nice balance. Good, Roger. All right. 1 more breath maybe. Releasing the hands. Release the leg. Here's that left leg balance. Left knee lifts. Take it back. Left knee to left elbow. Take it back. Last one. Left knee to left elbow. Maybe a little balance. Nice. And release. Feel free to find your push-up. To stay in your downward dog, that's an option. Or to take a child's pose. Good. Nice work, everybody. Let's take just another couple of breaths here. Steadying our breath, finding center. Where's the center of your feet? The center of your breath. Maybe just 1 more breath. Nice. Releasing the hands, releasing the knees to the ground. Let's find a tabletop. Good. Left toes behind us. Rocking forward and back. Find the hands, getting a little massage. And then release that left heel down. Let yourself open that left arm. Left arm all the way over by your left ear. Find that stretch for a little side plank. Pressing up through the right hand. And release it down. Good. Release that left knee down. Let's take right toes behind us and find the same on the right side. Rock forward and back. And on your next rock, release the right heel. Bring the right arm up. Maybe that right arm comes all the way over to your right ear. Finding that stretch from your right toes all the way to your right fingertips. And release that right hand down. Release your right knee down. Good. Curl the toes behind you. Sit back on those toes. You can always lean forward and do a little rock forward and back. You can also take the arms overhead and take some weight away from those toes. Good. Getting a little effortful to lift ourselves upward from our toe stretch. And release. Good. Let's point. Exactly. You can tap them out. Now this next move is going to be a little knee dependent, so you might check to see what it's like to sit back on your heels. That might not be possible. And then lift. Maybe you lift one knee. Maybe you lift both knees. Maybe you take a little block underneath your knees. Same vibe. You can pull away from it. You can also do a little exploration from here, from like a table shape, right? Because it's the same. It's that top of the ankle that we're working with. So you get to find your foot flexibility today. Maybe just 2 more breaths. Is your foot cramping a little? That's a place for sure. My teachers used to say push into it when you cramp. Like, ooh, get in there. Okay, come back. Let's do toes one more time. Curl the toes under. We're in here one more time to get the nadis of the toes. Again, you could rock forward and back a little, or you could hold. Find your strength. You can also hold elbows and push elbows into hands. Good. Just another 2 breaths here. Nice. Maybe just one more. And release. Come forward. And one more time, those ankles. Repetition helps us remember our body. Good. I know, right? I like wiggling in my practice. So in my body, I'm consistently kind of wiggling until I find, okay, I can hold. So that's always an option for the exploration here of your own body. Yoga is the journey of yourself to yourself. Okay, last breath maybe. Release. Okay, good. We're going to take a little rabbit pose. Rabbit. Hands come maybe to your heels, maybe to the floor. You could do like a tripod headstand to come up to your head, or you could grab your heels or your calves to put your head on the floor. Nice. Pretty good, everybody. Let's take just another 2 breaths here, maybe breathing in for 1. And maybe breathing in for 2. Releasing the hips down, coming back up to our camel. Hands can come to our hips as we lift our way up to camel. Press through those feet. Push your hips forward, but not so far forward. Right? Don't collapse into the hips. Just remember, there's strength pulling you up. Nice. Good. Yes, feel free to reach for your heels if that's called for here. We're going to move between these two shapes. So we're going to sit. Maybe you're hanging onto your heels the whole time. That's an option. Maybe you're not. That's another option. Maybe we're hanging onto the hips. So if I hang onto my heels, I'm going to come rabbit, sit, camel, sit. It's fun. And maybe my hands are next to me, right? So maybe another option is I'm coming into a rabbit and coming down, hands to hips, and camel. And coming down. Take a little while, maybe another 3 breaths, 3 to 5 breaths to explore these shapes from rabbit to camel. And rabbit to camel. Maybe just one more. Nice. Perhaps finding one last rabbit today. This is how we pull rabbits out of hats. We practice rabbit to camel forever. Just kidding. But we do practice. It's true. Okay, coming back up, everybody. Let's come back to our downward facing dog. Find this shape one more time. Yes, you missed it, didn't you? It's been a long time. Here we go. Let's find right leg steps forward. Let's find our way inside of that right leg. Maybe the right foot walks out to the right a little. Good. Perhaps you lower that left knee. An option is that you keep it lifted as you start coming down into that lizard shape. Maybe you even add a little block to support your left thigh. That could be an option too. Yes. Nice, Roger. Good exploration. Awesome. Maybe 5 breaths. Maybe 4. Maybe 3. Perhaps 2 more breaths. And maybe just 1 more. Look at all of you with your turn here. Very nice. Let's release, come back up. Let's do it intentionally. Walk yourself over to the left. Left knee is down. Left hand down. Right hand swims. Find that foot behind you. We do have straps specifically for this moment. Nice. And release. All right, let's go ahead and pick ourselves up. Now I am going to show you a strap setup that might be helpful for that pigeon leg if you want it. So we're going to loop our strap. That's it. Put a click in it and give it a pretty big loop. Keep your little tail with you on your shoulder. We're going to come back down and then find our pigeon first. And you might explore this shape a little bit. You might think, perhaps I want my blanket under my right butt. That could be an option. Good. Now the reason we have the strap is in case we want to bend that knee and take this loop to our foot. For those of you that don't always have access to this leg, you could come forward with a little foot looped in. It's an option. You don't have to take it. You can leave your foot behind. So, yeah. Nice. Maybe we take just another 3 breaths here. Maybe breathing in for 3. Maybe breathing in for 2. And possibly just 1 more breath. Good. Releasing the strap if you have it. Good. Let's walk over to the right side. Find your way to the right side of your pigeon here. You might like to get that left elbow down. So sometimes even a block for the left elbow, and then find a little rosy riveter arm to help you turn. That can be nice. Left elbow down, right elbow up. Left hand is the ball, right hand is the mitt. Pushing into yourself. Maybe 1 more breath. Coming back through center. Let's take it to the second side. Walk it over to the left. And again, you might like to stay up. You might like to come down. Or maybe right elbow down, left elbow up. Maybe just another 3 breaths. Maybe 2. And perhaps our last breath in this shape. Anyways, come back through center, finding the middle. Let's bring that left leg halfway up. And it's going to swivel all the way around. All the way on top of your right leg. So now we're in a double pigeon. Now this could be a loose double pigeon. You know, if it feels very tight, let your left leg come in front of you. Good. And I do have a blanket under my sitting bones. I find that in my body it helps to sit up. Finding a little rotation. Yes. Nice. Noticing which sitting bone is more supportive. You can always add that block underneath you too and just find your height. That's always an option, is to do a little support under that left knee, or to untie our shoe a little bit. Let it be a little looser. Yeah, right? Like you get to feel what's right in your body. You might also like to just move right to left to notice what this is like. From the floor through your core, nice and tall. Feel yourself reaching the sitting bones into the earth, but pulling yourself tall. Good. Now one option is that you stay here. Maybe you do a reverse prayer behind you just to find your height. Another option is that you do fold it forward, but you get to choose in your body. You have control of this hinge here. Maybe 5 breaths. Breathing in for 5. Maybe breathing in for 4. Maybe 3 more breaths. Perhaps 2 more breaths. And this could be our last breath in this shape. Bringing your way back up. We have a whole other side to do before we rest today. Let's take that left leg behind us. One more time. Plant the hands, step back. You could come back to the right leg lifted behind you if you're feeling like you want to lift one more time. Finding your plank. Now you could do plank push-up here with the leg lifted, Or you could bring that right leg to find your arm balance. Good. Left foot forward, everybody. Second side. We're starting in that lizard lunge. We started a long time ago, this little sequence. Coming down inside of that left leg. Maybe you use blocks to rest on. Maybe you do your rotation already, right? There's an exploration in our breath and in our physicality here that's just ours. Look at you already tied up there. Good. Nice. Left toes can turn out a little bit. Lengthen your spine as much as you can, pulling the tailbone back and your crown of the head forward, finding that length. Staying centered within your own breath, within your own body. Maybe just one more breath. And then we're all going to turn it. So coming down and stepping off to the right. Right hand stays down. Left hand can start on the leg. It can reach over, right? This is one of the versions of this shape. The arm by the ear, or it could reach back for that right leg. Any places locked in the body, soften the elbows, soften the shoulders. Let yourself turn the ribs. Just 2 more breaths. And maybe just 1 more breath. Release, coming back through center. Okay, so if you want to set up the strap on your right foot, now would be a good time to do so. Either way, we're going to pick up the hips and then scoot the leg. And if you want to grab the strap, put it on yourself. The tail faces forward. As you reach, you can tighten your little tail from your shoulder here as much as you want to into that pigeon shape. And you might like to have the support under both hips. You might like to do a little deer version too. If this pigeon feels too much for your body today, if it's not appropriate, perhaps a deer is the way. Steadying the breath. Centering yourself within the body. Connecting the mind and the breath into your embodiment today. Last 2 breaths here before we turn it, perhaps breathing in for 2. And maybe just 1 more breath. Inhaling up. We're walking to the left side first. So you could just come down on the left. You could also do right elbow down, left elbow up to help you turn. To get that rotation of the ribs, turning to the left. That right foot can relax behind you too. And center. Over to the right side this time. Left elbow down, right elbow up. Finding our rotation on the second side. Maybe just 2 more breaths. Breathing in for 2. And maybe 1 breath. And coming back. Oh. All right. Right leg comes up. And all the way around for that double pigeon shape. Again, you could stack or you could find your foot in front. Perhaps you do a little side to side here just to notice, do I feel grounded? Am I steady? Will I be able to sustain this shape? Hands could come behind you to hold you, and this is to find the uprightness. If you do fold forward with your hands back, keep leaning into your hands so that you keep finding the hands rather than the hinge. Otherwise, release and let yourself come through. Maybe 3 more breaths here. So maybe breathing in for 3. Perhaps breathing in for 2. And maybe we have 1 more breath. This is our last movement before resting. Coming up slowly, taking the right leg back. We're going to plant. Now it's your left leg that can lift if you want to get that last arm balance or push up with the left leg lifted. Finding your way, left knee can come to the left elbow for that last arm balance. Or you could find your push up with the left leg lifted. Nice job, everybody. Good work. Last breath in our downward facing dog. Feeling the strength and the stability that you've cultivated today. The stability in your breath and the strength of your discipline. Trying something completely new. Releasing the knees down. Let's find our way to bring the feet forward. Sit back. Good. We're going to make our way to lying down. You could roll like a little ball if you want to. You could take a little time to roll. You could also just take yourself back and roll back and take a moment in your constructive rest. Knees can knock together, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Nice breath. You flowed, you balanced. You explored not only new ways of flowing, but new ways of being with your shapes and with yourself. Nice. Offer yourself a little gratitude for your dedication to your discipline, for your dedication to yourself and to your health and your well-being. Beginning to release into our Shavasana. Perhaps you take the blanket behind your head. Maybe you want to put your sweater or your socks back on as we start finding our way into our resting shape today. Maybe you look from side to side for a moment, taking the gaze to the right shoulder, chin to the right, and then finding center. And chin to the left shoulder and find center. Beginning to find stillness within your body as you feel the breath. the intentional movement of your breath, inviting it back into the body. Inviting every exhale to support you in your rest. Resting the shoulders back, resting the hips back. Keeping your eyes open or closed for any reason at any time throughout our rest today. Resting the jaw back, noticing if that rest can release down into the chest, so the chest can also rest into the body. Resting the hips into the floor. At a deep unconscious level, your body is healing, tuned into your strength. Every cell in your body more stable, whole, stronger, and healthier. The wisdom of the self takes us into our joy, into our peace, and into our harmony. Resting in your wisdom. And perhaps we take the last 5 breaths here too. Maybe we breathe in for 5. Maybe we breathe in for 4. Perhaps we take 3 more breaths here. Maybe 2 more breaths. And we could have our last breath in this shape. You might like to wiggle the fingertips and the toes, or rotate the wrists and the ankles. Perhaps a full body stretch. That's another option. In your own time, feel free to roll yourself over to the right side or to roll yourself up like a little ball. Take your time to come to your seat. Bringing hands to the heart, bowing down once more to our discipline, our dedication. Be very proud of yourselves for consistently showing up with insistence to your practice, to your breath, to your health, and to your well-being. May you keep the energy that we cultivated today to be of benefit to you and everything that you do and all that you are, and any excess energy be sent out to the people that need it the most to bring us all around peace. Let there be peace within each of you. Let there be peace all around you, and let there be peace within the divine force. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you all so much. My name is Crista, and your practice was amazing today. I know that you did a little something different today than what you do with Miranda, but all of you kept up, and I'm very impressed. So good work, and keep it up. Keep up your discipline. Well done, everyone.
Thank you, Krista.
Thank
Thank
you.
for subbing.
Of course, my pleasure.
Come back anytime.